So Christmas has passed and a lot of us have received gifts or items that we definitely did not want. So Poshmark is an app that you can sell pretty much any type of clothing or shoes on there, even like small gadgets. Like I haven't sold it yet, but I'm selling a Fitbit and it's really easy. I've been doing this for like 7, 8 years now. I just wanted to give out some like tips on what I've learned over the years on how to sell more items on Poshmark. So I'm gonna be using this as like a demonstration. I'm not actually selling this. I just don't have anything that I want to list up on there for real. So I'm just going to be using this as a demonstration. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to focus on is lighting and image quality. It doesn't need to be like a professional camera that you're using to take the pictures, but you want to make sure that the lighting is clear and the people viewing your listing can see the product very clearly. And I'm going to like demonstrate with just like a plain white wall on how to do that. 1 second. So I got my tape so I can get my shirt up on the wall. I feel like it's better when you have it on a hanger so that it lays better and people can really understand like the fit of the shirt. So I'm just gonna make this look a little bit better and take a picture, and then I'll show you the process of uploading it and what kinds of pictures you need to take. So I'm just gonna show you what I'm listing really quick. It's this LL Bean flannel. Okay, so I have all my pictures and now I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm gonna go in with PixArt. I normally use them for my Instagram photos, but they're just like all around my favorite app. Okay, let's go to tools and then adjust. We're just gonna brighten it a lot, get rid of some shadows. You can edit these photos literally any way you want, as long as you're not false advertising the product, like making it a completely different color or a completely different size. You should be fine. Okay, great. We are going to apply that. I'm gonna go over here to sell and I'm going to select my images. I forgot to mention this, but they do crop your photos, so definitely take like extra room in your pictures because it's really hard to expand them later. For the title, I like to put the brand's name first. Wait, it was Land's End, I think, yes. And then just like go into like a simple description. This isn't like necessary, but I find that when I use caps more often, not saying that it all has to be caps because that can be a little bit overwhelming, but just like using more capital letters in your listing, it like grabs people's attention more. I'm gonna put new without tags. That's what that stands for if you were confused. So I forgot to mention, you do want to put like the size chart from the company so that the person looking at the listing doesn't have to do that, and they can just figure out, oh, is this actually my size or is it not? And then you can avoid a lot more returns that way. Original price, you don't have to put an original price. Like for me, I don't know the original price, so I'm gonna put $0. And then for the listing price, I'm not actually gonna list this, but I'm just thinking of like a reasonable amount because people almost always will offer you a price that's lower instead of buying it for the price that you put it at. So I'm gonna put this at like $20, and then you would just press next, but I'm not listing this again. So another thing that really helps boost your engagement on your profile is having a meet your POSHER listing. So you basically just want to introduce yourself. Most of the time people will put like their measurements or like their normal size to help people like understand like, oh, okay, that's what the majority of her clothes are going to be like. And if they match that size or like are very similar to that person's size, then they'll most likely follow you. I like to put my Instagram just so that they can see some of the clothes on me if they wanted to. And then I just put a list of like my favorite brands. So yeah, and then here are just some of the items that I've sold. I've sold so much on here, I honestly couldn't tell you how much I've got from this. So once someone buys your listing, Basically, they give you a notification, and then in that notification, it'll tell you download label, print, or like shipping label. And so then you just click on it, you print it out, you tape it onto a box, you put the item in the box, and you take it to like the nearest UPS or USPS place, wherever. You want to try and ship your item out as fast as possible because it does keep track of like how many days on average you send out your listings. So mine is like, I think it was like on average less than a day because I tend to do it that day. People do see that, and they also can see your rating. So if someone gives you a bad rating, they can see that. And if they give you good ratings, they can also see that as well. Another thing that you want to keep track of is your communication with your buyers. So a lot of times I will get questions from people. I try to respond either that day or like the next morning, because normally people are looking at a ton of listings, and if you're not one of the first people to respond, they will most likely buy someone else's item over yours. So that's just another thing to consider. One last thing that you want to make sure you're doing is sharing your listings. That is like the easiest way to get people to see your listings, honestly. So I'm going to go to my closet and I'm just going to show you how to share something. So there's like these two lines, like two arrows going opposite directions, and you just click on that, and then you can either share it to a party or you can share it to your followers. If that listing fits the party that's going on right now, you can share it, but mine does not, so I'm just going to share it to my followers, and then boom, that's done. It's shared. So everyone that follows you now got a notification of this listing that you shared. And the more times that you share it, the more times people see it. All these tips definitely helped me gain a lot of sales and followers and likes on my listings. I definitely recommend it for anyone that's just like looking to make a little bit of extra cash on the side, or if they're like struggling a bit, you can go to thrift stores, look around. If you can find anything worth your while, go list it on Poshmark. Seriously, it's amazing and it's so easy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more from me, please give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time.
She woke up one day with the rising of the sun, surrounded by fields of grain. Hopped on a plane, never to return, destination hide the pain.